Hello and welcome to this career mode series with Giorgio Chiellini, where we will be retiring as and then going into management. We've done this a season later than what we were in right now, just so it's sort of a fresh start and keeps a bit of realism that way. So we're going to go ahead and retire with him, and then see what clubs come up straight away. Venezia, Italian, which would be a good realistic start considering he is Italian himself and he's played in the Italian league his whole life, so it will be a good place to start out as manager for Chiellini there. We'll just see what other jobs are available, but that's a really good option straight away, and I do think they're the team in Italy with nice kits. Brentford, Palace, again, Palace very tasty option, Watford, Norwich, all good options, but I did have to feel him going into this that just going straight to the Prem didn't really have a good feel about it. Didn't feel too realistic. So probably thinking I'll leave that, even though Palace do have a good few players there. But yeah, there we go. Appointed Venezia boss. Looking dapper in that suit already. Probably keep him in that. And there we go, new feature this year at the club. I'm assuming, well, it is for only teams who don't have a stadium, but I didn't actually know you could do this, so it's quite a cool feature, to be fair, because if you are a team without a stadium each year, you can change and update it, as well as the seats and the rest of the stand and stuff. So a good little feature this year. I did take some time trying to find out what the actual stadium name was, so I'm searching that on my phone about now. But that looks about right, to be honest. The 29,000, so yeah, doesn't look too bad. Did find out it was the Pier Luigi, something like that. Type it in now. Did take me a while to sort out this caps lock as well, but I do like this feature this year. It does make sense. Obviously, if you're a lower league team, you keep going up and you're going up, you can eventually get yourself a bigger stadium. Just the simple things like that in career mode just make it a bit more playable each year. So yeah, it's quite made up about that. I can eventually get to putting these letters in. There we go. And sorted, right. Obviously you can do your stands and stuff as well. They think they do have black seats in real life, and I think it's actually surrounded by a bit of beach as well, so it doesn't look too bad. Again, it doesn't look too nice with other colours as the base colour for the seat, so we'll just stick with black. And I'm pretty sure we found it to be the same with the stadium colours. Yeah, it just looks a bit hideous, so just keep it as it is, really. Pitch. Grass, look at that line, colour, you can do all sorts. Diagonal right, just keep it simple. You don't want to really play about with the line colour, but that looks nice. Looks like Champions League nice sort of grass, that. Get a black and gold now on. And then that looks all to be in order. I'm always trying to find out what net makes the sound where you absolutely rattle it, and I still can't figure out what that is or what settings you need. But every time I'm on Ultimate Team and someone scores, bam. Right, first things first, just simmer day just to see if anything happens, like the budget increase or anything, and then we'll start from there. Did take the pre-season option, that add the most money. Makes sense considering I'm assuming that Venezia don't really have that much money to play with. So we'll go ahead and look at the email straight away. Loans and no money given, but we do have 9.8 million to spend, which honestly isn't too bad. Objectives: increase the age, must want more experience. Doesn't look too bad, to be honest. Youth academy stuff, nod, did get a bit tripped up though with the increase the age, but the youth academy is a bit. What do you want me to really do? A bit confusing, a bit misleading. Let's get a formation put in straight away. I think Chiellini would want to play five at the back, a bit like a Conte. Excuse that voice break. A bit like Conte at Juve back in the day, you know. Another one there. Oh, Jesus. 2015 sort of time, Tevez up front. That's what I'm thinking. And then I came to realise that they don't actually have a centre-back at the club. They don't have one single centre-back at the club. And as well as that, they don't have reserves. They don't actually have a team to field for the friendly. So the first thing I thought to do is we're going to have to go and look at some free agents or something. But apart from that, there's a few decent players in there in the midfield. Busio, alright, Semenyo from Bristol must have came last season. But yeah, honestly, this is a bit of a mess. See if there's any people out on loan. No one there. Semenyo, didn't realise he was only 22. He'll definitely get used this season because of that. So we'll go ahead and try and find some free agents. We did find a few centre back wise. Flipinovic, Hastenberg. Obviously played for Leipzig, so he'd be a good option. He's not an out and out centre half, but we do. Bobby Thomas, don't really ex-Burnley player, I think, but we're just going to go ahead and sign Halstenberg, get someone in. We did also off camera, didn't capture it for some reason, but we signed Di Lorenzo. He was a free agent from Napoli, so we went and signed him for right wing back. Felt he fitted the system perfectly, but managed to get him on relatively cheap wage there, 14 grand, it's not much. Again, I realised, he's going to have some connections with Juve, so going to try and loan in some of them, but doesn't look like any of them really want to give us a helping hand. And I think Regani, a bit too out of the price range. I don't think we could whittle that down, so we need to go and put these players in first. You can see Di Lorenzo in there. He'll be a big signing for us, I'm sure. And then we do need just not even good centre backs at this point, just any we can get low in the wage budget. We'll check the youth academy for any. None, which is a shame. So we did find some more options to get at the back. Conte, I think he's from the Bundesliga, I'd be right there, yeah. And then this lad as well, Ciarone, but it wouldn't surprise me if these are from the last season where they've been let go and I'm just literally re-signing them. I'm not sure about that, but it does look like a lot of people just walked out on contract expiry and that's why there's nothing left. Again, whittle him down, sporadic role. Obviously when we do get the centre backs in we need, he's not going to play much, but that does us a favour. We get someone in and we're going to get him in as well. Hopefully he's saying relatively cheap wages. I'm not too big about giving him too big deals, and he came out and said he wanted a 5-year deal. We'll probably sell him after 2 when we're back on our feet, so it's not really something I'm keen to do. Again, a 1 million release clause, it's not really worth selling for 1 million, is it? So we'll keep hold of him. £3,000 a week and just give him a signing on bonus just to get it done and get the centre back through the door. And that is sorted. We'll go and add him into the squad. Haps as well be a really good player this season, the Dutchman. And there's 3 actual centre halves in now. Hastenberg, I can see out of that 3 can play as the middle one, probably the better passer considering he's to play full back. I'm quite content with the midfield. Busio, he's going to be a really good player, but the striking options again, it's just I don't think this team's really there to compete in the Serie A. So we are going to have to keep looking at recruiting. We haven't spent a penny yet, but we need to get players up as well for the reserves. We need to get a bench fielded. So we're just going to send all these youth players up straight up to the first team squad. None of them will play. We just need the numbers there, and it does do an objective for us in the meantime. Youth development, and let's try and see if there's any more business to attend to in the team. Semenyo and Henry so far, not a bad striking duo. Busio, do see him as a centre mid, as the middleman, you know, holding, pulling the strings. And then we do want to push him, Amaru, a bit far left, make a bit of a shape out of this. Don't want to be too rigid, and drop him deeper, and then push Florentino out wide. That looks a bit better already. It's starting to come together a bit now. Pieces and stuff coming together. We'll get that left back on the bench there, so we can go ahead and play this first pre-season game as soon as possible, really. And we will reassign the scout as well to go and get us some more defensive cover. See if we can find the next star, so we'll go and send them out. And again, another notification. But obviously we do need some more players, and I did find Esposito as an option to loan in from Inter, so we are going to try and make that happen. Loan him in for a year, and then even if it comes to it, we could try and sign him on if he has a good season, but at least want the wages on 50-50. There you go. But be an alright signing, you know, we need some good, you know, young players up front as well as the goal scorers. You know, we need to bring in, but we need legs, because this formation doesn't provide wingers, so we will need someone who can run, and he's declined it. Doesn't want to come. Weird that he had that transfer budget increase, even though it's not, and we'll reject that because we're not really looking to sell anyone since we don't have enough players as it is. Probably never going to play a game, but sure, proud of you, whatever. And then I think we can go ahead and just sim this. Yeah, let's just do a quick one. It's pre-season. Nice 4-1 win there. Semenyo getting 2, looking to, you know, staple himself in the squad early. Henry as well, and then Busio from centre mid getting a goal. Only a Danish team, but you know, 4 chances, 4 goals. So it's really not too bad, that. Good possession as well, but job done. Hopefully we can get further in that, get us some good prize money, because we're honestly going to need whatever we can get. Get rid of that email quickly. Again, we'll just quick send this, just get it done out the way. And a 1-1 draw really isn't too bad. Goal from full back, and we look like we dominated the game there, really. It'd be interesting to see the XG in that. Just one more game now of the group stages, but first let's look at some more transfer targets. So your Amachuk, who had such a good Euros with Ukraine and, you know, good season last year, it'd be good to get up front as that leading striker. And then I had to look at some others like is it Ayataran? Can't really pronounce that, but he'd be obviously a good cam to push on, help the 2 attackers, as well as Bajaka, who could really, you know, be that second deep line forward. But before we do that, we do need more defensive cover. So I saw this lad is available for loan from Milan, a Greek fella, so let's just get him over the line. McKellis, yeah, let's get him over the line and done, and then hopefully he accepts that loan, and you could even, you know, you could probably get into the start at the minute. Not much competition. Another game's the same. Last one in the group stage, a draw should be enough, and a draw it is. I'm not going to call him Henri because he's shite. I'm going to call him Henry. I know he's French, but he doesn't deserve that fucking name. He's shit. But yeah, that'll do it, and some more prize money to go towards the transfer budget, and hopefully recruiting some more players in. There is the money there. We get a bit more. Every little helps at this point, really. And Michaelis has come in, which is great news. Not a marquee signing, but the signings you need to make. A bit like a Clavan, one of them sort of signings. So it's a decent little one to come through the door. Young as well, so if it all goes well, we could probably sign him as well on a permanent after the season's done. but that's looking too far ahead. He's here now, and that's all that matters. So it's another defensive option, and let's get this semi-final on the road. Don't really have a clue who Heights Sport are, but we'll go ahead and we'll obviously sim it again. And we do win on pens. Semenyo with the big one there, the Bristol lad. Shout out to Ian, top Bristol manager. And we will be playing Guts to be in the final. But we do think it is time to make a permanent centre half signing. This Radu Dragowskin does look really good, and we do have that connection to Juve and K-Vabe, so do go in quite cheap, looking for a £2 million deal just to try and get him as little as we can. Start low, and then you'll hopefully get it under the valuation. Valued at 3.1, but they want 4.5, and there's absolutely no way I'm paying above 3 million for them. So we are going to try and whittle this down as much as we can. I'm thinking about going in with 2.5. Just chop 2 million off that, and then slowly work our way up to the 3 mil mark. So let's go with 2.5. Not what I was hoping for, but raise it a bit. We're supposed to go 2.75 there, but for some reason I put 2.74 in, and they have come down $1 million, so hopefully another offer will push them down more. Oh, they accept. There you go. Nearly 300k cheaper than his valuation. Let's get him signed up straight away. Important, I don't mind. Try and get him down for a few years at least. 5 would be perfect. Probably end up being the leading centre back here, that powerhouse. 14's modest. And there you go, it's a done deal. And there's another centre half brought in. It's starting to look better at the back now. We did get a Busio offer later on. Absolutely no way I'm accepting that. He's going to be a pivotal part in the midfield, young, and he's here to stay. And I did find a certain free agent. Look at that, Eddie Cavani. Give it to Eddie Cavani. 35. He's getting on now, and he's 82 rated as well. So come back to Italy to finish your career. What a sign it would be. Literally just do a 1 year deal. And with the release clause as well, if someone is stupid enough to pay 31 million, it makes us a massive profit and just helps the club in the long run. So that is an amazing signing. That's probably the biggest signing yet. Edison Cavani, born goal scorer, gonna get you, even though he's 35 now, I reckon he's gonna get us at least 15 and give him that number 7 that he looks so good in. Beautiful. And he is going to get straight in for this final game, put him up front there with Semenyo. I'll be honest, I don't really rate that Henry at all. Just doesn't. I don't know what his asset is, I don't know what he's going to really give. After that midfield three, Di Lorenzo's still out on international duty, and we'll get a few better players on the bench just in case they're called upon. Go with Hayes, man. Let's get this fucker simmed. There you go. 1-1. 3-0 Cavani debut goal. Love to see it. Winners. Count that as silverware. I'll let you decide in the comments. I think that's a trophy for the trophy count now, and we get the prize money all sorted. We do have that cup game coming up soon, but I did realise that we do need to sort out the development plan, so we're just going to put all the goalkeepers on just goalkeeper, because they can just about be a goalkeeper themselves. They're not that great at the minute, so it's not overcomplicated. the full backs need to be wing backs. Obviously, we're playing 5 at the back. Don't think it'll take them long to convert, and I want the majority of the centre backs being able to be ball playing centre halves, because we are going to look to play out from the back quite a bit, even though some of them may be too old to progress. However, with Dragowskin, I want him at peak defensive ability before I start teaching him how to, really play out from the back. So let's get him on a more defensive one than playing out from the back, and then everyone else sort of, basic. Few of them on anchor, few of them on deep line playmakers. Doesn't really matter with the youth ones because they're never going to play. Busio, ball in a midfield, they're probably best for him. And everyone else who's a cam or a progressive midfield, they can just be an advanced playmaker. With Semenyo, I want him to be a striker. I want him to be, running off a target man, getting him behind. Again, doesn't matter with bloody Perry the Platypus there, or this kid. Maybe a centre forward, but he's not really in the plans. Cavani, Poacher, even though he's going to decline this season, and then Henry as well, and that is sorted and in order. We are trying to look for a few more options. Amateur, I feel like we just don't have the money for that. We'll take him off the list. Grogowski's he's a cam. I'm pretty sure he's a cam. Maybe playing striker more recently, but we did get some people on the short list who were free agents, and we're just trying to, shorten that down to who we really want. Grogowski's I reckon he could play in that, in that 3 in the midfield, just off the left. Musset and Augustin, bit of a toss up, but I was leaning for Musset, and then ended up taking Augustin off the list, and Pizzi over Stoke, I think as well be the smart decision, but gonna go and try and get Musset in. Don't get me wrong, I do like Semenyo, but one, he's not an out-and-out striker, and Cavani is obviously old. He's not going to be able to play every game of the season, so it'll be nice to have at least four attackers to choose to play. So Musset is going to come in. Again, 11k is not bad. A big signing on bonus, but you just want to get the players over the line. Pizzi, 17 million value, so we're getting a 17 million pound worth player on no money but his wages, so it's a great coup for a short amount of time, because you don't know where we're going to be at in 2 years' time. You could be at 74 rated and 34 and shite, so don't really want to promise him too much. Don't really want to go over 20k wages for him, so I'm glad he accepted that there. And then last but not least, Grogowski, hope I'm pronouncing his name right. We'll get him in and convert him down to a cam. Again, I'm looking at just not long, 3 years. Because he can play in a few positions, I think it's a smart little signing, but he's going to be a midfielder for me. He's not going up front unless he absolutely needs to. And we've made great progress there. Look at them signings. It's chalk and cheese, the squad now. It's when we came over and we've hardly spent a penny. I think we've made one signing with the transfer budget, that wasn't a free, that you actually paid for. We actually spent money on one signing so far, which is great. It's great news to me. And then we will just get these on the development plans to help them play the positions where we need them. Obviously, when you do play them there over time this year in career mode, they are going to become the position you want them to quicker. And then Musset, a bit torn, but he is going to be a mobile striker. He's going to need to work around Cavani, so we'll just whack him on a mobile striker. Don't get me wrong, I'm not being fooled that Musset is going to grow into some special striker. We just need someone. But speaking of special strikers, look at that from Cavani. First training session, he absolutely bangs in a volley, and a few other tidy finishes there. We do get the scout report as well. We get a little throwback there, looking like Baggio, so we're going to get him in, and the other lad as well. And then we do make a youth objective there, tick 2 of them there. So good progress made, and we will go and have a look at them. There's a stupid glitch this year. Look there with the numbers. If they don't have a number, then they won't have a number in game, so probably just going to get rid of him. No point in having him. Don't want to be playing someone with no number. But this lad looks, 70 and 50 ratings, not great, but he's out of position. It's pretty obvious. Look at his physical stats and his pace. Bit torn between if he's a centre mid or a CDM. CDM's obviously only 4 weeks, but don't really play a CDM, do we? That's what I was thinking, but perhaps just put him on a centre mid and we can always come back and just put him on a CDM. But he is going to be much more, equipped to play in a midfield role than a centre forward. I'll tell you what, he looks Italian as well. So that's another thing sorted for us there. Get the training done. And a position change as well. I think it has been 2 weeks, so I think all of them here will be ready to convert. Yeah, that's right, Haps as well. It does go up a rating too. Just get the rest done and then put them on a different plan. Don't know how this lad's still playing footy. Fucking hell. One old bastard. But I felt bad playing, giving all this admin stuff, all this admin shit, and not playing games. So we are going to play a fixture and get some gameplay in there for us. And it is Caligari away. Cagliari? Oh, fuck knows. This is why I can't wait to move to the Prem, so we can actually pronounce things right. But it is a cup game for some reason. They open up with the first round of the cup. Maybe perhaps because there's not as many leagues in Italy on FIFA, so to get that league, ball rolling, you have to play it first. But there will be a few. Obviously, most of the signings will be into the first team straight away. But I will be interested to see if these have got and how hard this game will be. But again, only a cup game. It's just finding your bearings. Let's have a look who you've got. Ryan Kent there on the bench. Fucking hell. Don't really feel that back line. The midfield's not as bad. And then Kite Aboard, obviously a page threat up front. Isn't too bad. And then we got ours as well, Romero. I think that is Sergio Romero, the United one, but for some reason they took his game face out. That's the back line we've gone with. Busio and Pizzi. Obviously Grukowskic will be on the left of the midfield three, but he will be the cam, and then Musa and Cavani are up front. Semenyo is on the bench. And here we go. Let's get down to business. And we're off. We'll be looking to obviously play out from the back this career, the 5, use it to the advantage, spread the fullbacks as wide as we can. I feel like that's sort of the Italian way, recently. We will try and play an early ball forward. And it is cut out, not to be. A bit later on now, just coming up to the 20-minute mark, we are moving it very nice round the back, get out wide. Lovely 1-2 with Di Lorenzo and Pizzi. Pulls it back, Cavani hits the target, but it's a good save, and that's exactly what we're going to be trying to work and trying to do. Get the full-backs in and pull it back for the strikers. So good promising signs there. Doing the same again. Left to right, good into play. Doesn't really open up, so we find Pizzi. Gives it into Cavani. Pizzi takes over this time. Good pullback, and Musa just saved. Out though. And Busio! What a thunder bastard that is. Chest half all. That is a special finish. And it puts us 1-0 up, and that's the first goal of the career mode from midfield. I mean, that is some fucking technique, that. Comes over the top of it like Thiago. Fuck off. Bam. Side netting. No chance. Chiellini's buzzing.
on into the second half here, and they do come flying out the fucking blocks, to be fair to them. Shouldn't have dragged me defender out there, and balls they across, and they fucking equalise. Sloppy start to the half. And who the fuck is he brushing off his shoulders, the cheeky bastard? Poor defending though, and it's a decent finish, but it's one of them where you're on all the difficulty. As soon as they get in the box, it's good luck trying to tackle them. We do try and make a few subs, try and freshen it up towards the later end of the game. Still 1-0, Semenyo comes on. I can just feel him being a cult hero in this career mode already. But Cohen hopefully he can make an instant impact. Haps wins it there. Keeps hold. Look, AC Milan loan lad, Michaela Sparta spread. Di Lorenzo is probably so far in this game one of my favourite players, and Semenyo just can't get the header off. First touch, nearly first goal. Not a bad effort at all. Last minute now, just need to hold on till pens. It is now, +1, so the ref shouldn't vary below. Kent pulls it back into the box. Di Lorenzo couldn't get there, and they fucking win it. Heartbreak. It is one of them where when they get in the box, it feels like they're in a completely different gear to the rest of the game right now, and it's not even got much on the shot. It's just sloppy and shit, really, isn't it? And we do crash out the cup in the first round, in the first game. We can't get off to a winning way, which isn't ideal. Look at the fucking stats. Tripled the shots. Went toe to toe apart from shot accuracy. The XG, 141 on XG. One possession, much higher. Maybe it'll show. Yeah, look at that. Winning possession higher. Thought we'd do more positive team. Let's get this press conference out of the way. Don't really think we did too bad. Really unfortunate. There's the platypus. Don't think we were beaten by the better side, no. What more could we have done? Yeah, top effort. I'm not too salty about that. I'm not too, upset that we came out with it. Might probably do us the better, less games. And that sees that. We will look forward to the next episode where the league campaign will begin and the fixtures aren't too nice to us. Napoli away and Milano at home, and then in the other Milan away, so it's going to be tough, and Atlanta are in there as well. Tough start to the campaign, but I guess the fixtures do get a bit easier though as we go down, and that is all for the first episode. I hope you've enjoyed.